Hello everyone, welcome to another session of the Trick or Treaty campaign. And yeah, slowly building up. One thing I noticed from the previous session is actually the bonus to education access finds here. And this is kind of strange because this is the only place I think that it actually shows up, which means other nations, you cannot see this stuff on other nations, which seems weird to me. Is this a new thing on the newest patch? If so, I don't like it particularly, but well, at least I know where the education access comes from, so this is something. Let the time fly, because there is actually quite a lot of stuff to be built. And one thing that I didn't really appreciate enough is Japan does start as much a powerhouse already. Like, we are in top 10 by GDP. If you look at our goods produced, top 8 grain, top 5 wood, top 5. Yeah, we are producing almost as much wood as France. Only Russia would be then producing more than us from Europe, at least. 10 fabric, 12 is not significant. Tobacco. Where are we producing tobacco? More than Spain. Korea is also producing tobacco. Tea number 3. Okay, that's fair enough. Fish, not. Silk number 4. Glass number 8. Tools, not significant yet. But we're actually getting there. We're approaching Sardinia PMO. Iron, yeah, that's... I suspected as much. But we should be... Wait, did I actually switch you guys? No. That's the problem. There's no demand for iron. But now that that's fixed, I might also do something depending on if I need. No, actually I don't need machinists here. So yeah, you guys are going to be happily producing iron. And over here as well, you know what? Yeah, so now we are continuing our little industrialization, and I need to be building more stuff. So the next place, yeah, those are finished. I think there's some iron here as well, right? Let's get Shikoku done as well. 2 iron and maybe 2 tooling workshops. That's going. Maybe I will adjust the order of things a little bit. Tooling workshop. I would make it first. And make sure it's using the correct stuff. Tools, right. Wait. It's fine. And yeah, we're number 9 producer of tools. So there is not going to be too much treating yet, but I think we're going to become quite powerful quite quickly. I'm pretty sure. Especially the nice thing is we do have 100 legitimacy, and it's going to be really helpful. You can see the loyalists are just popping. We're gaining them everywhere or just in the... Oh my god, we're gaining so many. Yeah, I wonder what should I be focusing on first. Reforming education would be nice. Oh, I'm getting some kind of lag. I wonder if you guys are seeing it as well. We have... Oh, Egypt versus Ottomans. Actually, Egypt is getting support of Russia. So... Okay. I'm wondering if it means a good Russia game. And maybe they are not going to get stuck fighting Circassia. It's British support for the rest of the campaign. Wouldn't be the first time. Oh wow, do we actually need so much more construction? We are getting a lot more wood, which... I think I can afford to switch all of those. We are producing a bit of lead as well. Yeah, all of those should be fine, honestly. I can just build more. I think we have some lead mines. We must have some somewhere. We have one here. And you guys are already producing max, so I can just build a bit more. We're actually doing okay on construction. I think so I can spare a little bit. And I will be getting even more. Get like 5 over here. Yep. This first and get this as well. Why not? Actually, get those as well. Beautiful. Actually, I think I will need even more lead. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this here because this means there's going to be less infrastructure for actually useful buildings. And here there's not that much useful stuff, so it's going to be fine. We do have a lot of lead. Not that it's going to be really useful. A lot of sulfur as well. Coal only in Kyushu, but it's 72 building levels. So that's not too bad. Oh my god, yeah, we do have a lot of fish. Is it going to be another nation that it's more, way more fish than grain? As usual. Wait, guess by price is the best ordering. So, yeah, the grain is really cheap, tools are cheap, iron is really cheap. Where's wood? Wood could be cheaper, and we will be working on it for sure. Yeah, I should make sure there's at least a few in every place. Chugoku can have 20 levels of logging camps. That's actually not too bad. Oh, wow, that was a very quick boost in GDP, like 1 million. And we already have more than we started with. It's interesting that there's always a drop right when you start. I wonder, is it coming from the GDP value being kind of allocated not as a part of simulation, and then when the simulation starts, the actual value is being calculated? Or maybe it's the AI doing some actions is immediately affecting the entire global market, which shouldn't be affecting us that much considering we are isolationist and we have no contact with the actual global market. How is our investment pool, by the way? Just out of sheer curiosity. Actually, not too bad. We are still getting the multiplier, which is very strong in the current version, to be honest. In the multiplayer we're going to be playing in a few weeks, this multiplier is heavily nerfed. Because it's really just that good. It's actually sometimes worth it to just go down to keep your like GDP deflated as much as possible, so you can benefit from it. Yeah, for the next, it goes down. The multiplier goes down to 1 once we get to 50 million. So we are going to be actually suffering when it comes to investments. We are growing, I'm pretty sure. United States might be going for us, which is interesting. They don't really have Pacific coast yet, and they are already trying to expand over there. Sure. I guess I would want the rural folk for once to be somewhat happy, because I want to get rid of frontier colonization, because it's actually pretty costly. And once we get Hokkaido, which is going to be very, very soon, it's really not going to be doing anything for us, because Sakhalin is actually claimed by Russia, so we cannot colonize it. Yeah, okay. And we got tourism, so we could try and go for public education, which I think would be pretty nice. I mean, might as well. Let's get atmospheric engine. I could also think about going more into military. If we got skirmishers, then we could actually start trying to bully some of the like unrecognized nations around the globe. Start trying to get some treaties. We would need a fleet for something like that, though, which would be a bit costly, just to make landings and so on. So I mean, we need to get at least railways first. So we do have some time. And I guess a lot of people are really happy. We are almost getting contested government. Let's see. What is the chance of us getting public schools? Who is going to oppose it? Buddhist monks. And they're not really going to be that opposed. Can I make them even slightly happier? But they're going to be getting more loyalists if I keep the current government in. If I switch to intelligentsia, it's going to be a problem. I could also go into low taxes, but it would be quite painful, to be honest. And +5. And +5 should be enough. Maybe there's a combination. Probably not, but let's just make sure. Petite bourgeoisie. Interesting that petite bourgeoisie is already so powerful. I mean, just the fact that they are in. Maybe they start being in power, but kind of surprising still. Rural folk would be decently strong. And this would only annoy the samurai, which really don't have that much strength. And the rural folk would be really happy. It would be pretty nice. There is going to be like a few more years of this. This colonization is not going to be done so fast. Is there anyone else, like what, any of the movements that would be opposing the educational reform? Peasants. Peasants actually have a lot of support, which we could use at some point to... Land-based taxation is fine because we might do the jump directly through proportional in a few years, but going off serfdom would be pretty nice. It doesn't look like anyone would be actually that opposed any movement to changing schools, so let's just try it maybe. And I can always just go back to shogunate. 8 versus 8. Wait. We need to get rid of serfdom first. So going into homesteading appears to not be that much of an option. Oh, they added more more icons over here to show what movements support and don't support what. Wait. Guys oppose this? But would you be support? And this is a bit confusing because it doesn't show which of those they prefer between the serfdom and tenant farmers. But I guess because they're passive, it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so this is not going to be changed. We need to wait for organization a little bit. Professional army would be always nice, but the shogunate is going to be opposing it. Yeah, actually professional army would be really nice for the bullying. National supremacy is fine. Yeah, actually I think I will stay with the shogunate. Make the all the interest group like me a bit more with 100% legitimacy. Just skyrocketing the loyalists. Already almost 10% of the population is loyalists. It's pretty nice. How are we doing on those lead mines? Okay, you are working on them. Good, good, good. And the price of wood is 0, but it could be going down. Oh, Arts Academy is now in development? Okay. Interesting. Is it in development in here as well? Actually, I don't think I can see it if it's... no, actually, it should be here in the bottom. Okay, but it's urban over here. We got more authority, which means we actually do get more edicts, which is nice. This actually feels like a bug. Why arts academies are urban group here and development group here? This doesn't feel right, but it's not really a huge problem. Edicts. Decrease. I'm just making up names for stuff. Because why not? Yeah, and this should be good. I could get road maintenance on Shikoku as well. And this will be it. We have very small population on Hokkaido and Ryukyu. Ryukyu is actually not that bad, but compared to other states, it is very small. It's just Japan have some really populous states. Not as impressive when you're the neighbor of China, but still pretty good. Pretty dense population. This is getting done. Prussia is actually, I was hoping we were taking them really quickly, but maybe they're doing okay. It's going to be really interesting to see if we get any unifications. Doesn't always happen. How the colonization is going. Is it just going to be Britain controlling most and then France having a chunk here and there, and that being pretty much it? What's Wonder? Yeah, UK also domineering. Interested, disinterested, cautious. Oh, I guess the Russians something about Japan. They really don't know much about us, but they get a feeling that we might be a problem in the future. And I need to be building stuff. We're getting some good industries, which I guess I could consider going into iron frame buildings, but I'm not really sure if it's worth it. It requires so much iron, and well, for sure it's not going to be worth it before atmospheric engine. And even then, maybe it would be better to just get more logging camps everywhere. How are we doing on infrastructure? Really not too bad. Having this amount of population in those states is really helpful. Yeah, not doing great on tax collection, but it's just going to be something we have to deal with for quite a while. I guess I just need more wood, right? Can get more there, but for the time being, let's just get more. Maybe I will just start going slowly into more iron construction. Forcing more demand is not going to be SMR process, which we are not going to have much use for iron for quite a while. Or steel, excuse me. Got +10 with the Shogunate, which is very nice. Everyone is going to have loyalists. We are getting a decent amount from the living as well. Could even consider removing a bit more of the army. Like really, if British decide to bully us, they're just going to bully us. Native Fates, actually they're much less of a threat, frankly, because their standing army is not too big. And their fleet is not too big either, so it would take them a long time to get to us as well. So I'm actually not that much afraid of the United States at the very moment. And with if you grow fast enough, they might never become a real threat. You can declare more interests. Oh, I guess I did that. And I may be doing something in like England for the future and possibly trading. Not that it's really relevant right now, but at some point. The States decided to chill out. Declaring rivalry, fair enough. We could do the same, but I mean, we're doing fine. The highest standard. Oh yeah, I think we just keep doing that. Oh, I think we just got, yeah, we got the 2 stacked for a second. So we can quickly try and pass 2 decrees, or maybe even 3, if I'm lucky. Maybe just try boosting production over here. Not sure if doing that or maybe the road maintenance would be better in those other states, but don't really have time to test when it's just 4 weeks. We can get the pro-country lobby targeting Russia with intelligentsia, which is not really useful because intelligentsia is not going to be that powerful. And I don't want them losing political strength though, so sure, let's have a pro-Japanese, pro-Russian lobby. Yeah, getting those logging camps done. Could get some fishing wharves, but it's kind of wasteful when I'm still waiting for railroads, and it's going to be a while. I got lucky, and I think atmospheric engine is now spreading. So this is going to be much faster now. Oh no, we are losing major power rank or not. Getting line infantry, but that's, I mean, there's not many techs from this age. Actually, this is the only possible one, so yeah, that does make sense. And currency standards is not really do anything for us. But neither will medical decrease. Stock exchange, as I said, in some ways is actually going to be negative. So for the whole economy, I'm not sure. And banking would be always nice. More minting. Okay, so now we have minus 200. And I think I'm just fine eating it for the time being. Because radicals from political movements, if it's the same as it used to be, it's going to be irrelevant. In things. Well, we have some people starving. And -1 opposition interest group approval. I mean, that's fine. And I can always just remove those additional decrees and fix it. So really not too much of a problem. My people are eating more and more groceries. The problem is there's really available. I think there's like one factory that's probably not even producing, doesn't really have full amount of production. Where did you guys build that stuff? In Shikoku. Actually, it's producing the full amount. Japanese people just really like their groceries, I guess. I suppose I can make them happier. In theory, yeah, there's going to be most money made in the most populous region. Makes sense. Against the odds. Yeah, Ainu are really not relevant in the mix-up of our population. Yeah. Yeah, there's just really not too many of them. And we almost got entire Hokkaido. Prussia is just step ahead. And yeah, okay, so I got this. And now let's see. So maybe I will try to do the iron construction first in Shikoku. Wait, actually what I need now is coal. What I need is coal. Get like 5 here. Just a bit of an overkill, possibly. And it's going to be also using tools. Even though they will have to be importing iron, that's going to be fine because at least they will be able to produce tools locally. And you get the food industries, because why not? And now we will be able to take another step in our industrialization. And I do have a good money reserve, so switching into iron should be okay. Yeah, going on speed 5 tends to do some hiccups, I guess. I heard that the not running as well as on the previous patches, especially late in the game, because it could be possibly related to the fact that AI is actually supposedly much better at building their economies. Much better. Being better at all is an improvement. So we have a fight against Hindustan. I assume usually those are not going to go well for the Indian. They do have a decent amount of troops, and this is the Mughals leading them. It doesn't seem like they're doing too good, unfortunately. Which I'm always happy to see something unusual happening, but I don't think that we're going to be seeing something really crazy. Good thing the Brits didn't do anything crazy with their war with China, but I think that one is pretty much scripted, so usually not much happening then. We still might have Great Britain taking just random chunks of land, which depending on what, this is like one of the big determining factors of how UK does in campaigns is whether they take random states from China and India. And there is like 20 Micronesians. 23 Micronesians. I really did. Okay, I think this is quite unfair to blame them for anything. Wow. The game is Japan is 99.8% Japanese, and Japanese people are their biggest problems are still the immigrants. Wow. This game sometimes. I suppose this is realistic in a way. Well, yeah, the Hindustan is already getting crushed. This one really didn't last long. I guess our standard of living is pretty terrible. You can see where the gold mines are. And those are actually pretty surprising. Why are you guys so happy? Is it just a clothes factory? I mean, it could be. Clothes can be making a lot of money because they can be in a lot of markets. Yeah, it seems like all the other places don't really have that much population. And this state does have decent population. Yeah, it does kind of look like it's the textile carrying. 13 most productive in the world. Okay, so we have decent amount of coal being produced. Well, coal mines. We're not really producing anything yet. So let's bump this one up. Now you guys are starting to be able to actually hire people. Atmospheric engine. Oh, really quickly. Just really nice. I actually forgot. I should be paying attention to those journal entries. And we're losing our rank again, which really... I would like to see what exactly bonuses we get. Hey, number 2 oil producers, that's not going to last for much longer. What were the exact bonuses we are getting? I thought that I would be able to see them here by mousing over this. But maybe it only works when you're actually recognized. And the tooltip here is not great. Yeah, so I assume I get the same stuff as a recognized major power. So let's see. No. I guess I don't get any bonuses either way. So it really doesn't matter if I lose the current rank. Correct me if I'm wrong, like it seems like I should be getting at least something from being major and not regional. But maybe I'm wrong. You guys are getting this call? Oh yeah, this actually requires machinists and engineers, though we have really high literacy, so it might not even be a problem. Someone is unable to hire. Oh yeah, because they're too much. Yeah, so I guess I need more iron mines to be using coal. And you know what? Lead mines might as well just use it. Crash the price of lead. What are we using sulfur for? Nothing, of course. Might as well just switch it to this. And I don't think we even can use sulfur for anything right now. Applications. Well, no, our current production method of paper doesn't use sulfur. There's zero use of sulfur right now, and the private investors built 2 mines. Right. And now they're building iron mines and tuning workshops, so this actually is pretty nice. I have to admit. Okay, so how much iron are we producing right now? Coal is going to be fine, I think. Decent amount, actually. Not significant producer of iron, though I'm pretty sure this is going to be changing. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're getting close to France. France is actually producing not that much at all, but maybe they're just importing a lot from Belgium or something. Number 4 producer of wood. Number 6 producer of tools. More than Russia, Austria, Spain. Half of Belgium. Yeah, that seems fair enough. Yeah, let's switch construction. Now Great Britain is damaging our relations. I don't think although I'm not getting announcement because I don't have too many interests in the war. Mexico and US are fighting. Oh no. This is going to be 250 iron, so this is going to increase the iron price significantly. Though, yeah, it does have positive effect on the GDP instantly. And they're actually retaking Texas. Seems like Texas didn't manage to free itself. Felix Presley. A Luddite. Oh, my favorite. Utah, Colorado, Mexico, California, Nevada, Arizona. So nothing crazy. We have a war in South America, which doesn't always happen. Chile is actually being pretty ambitious. And are they winning? I think like they're making some progress through South Peru. Okay. Well, we are making a ton of money. I would do this because we're not doing any construction. Yeah, that's something I need to solve by getting more iron, I guess. How are we doing on infrastructure over here? Okay, but this place is actually starting to run a little low. So let's refocus on those states over here with just like 5 iron mines each. And it shows that they're going to be losing money, but I can just switch. And they will need more coal. That's probably true. got, oh yeah, Kazakh Khanate, Khanate? Khanate, I guess. Wait, what's going over here? Round 2 somehow? This seems like this one happened awfully quickly after the previous one. So this time Ottomans are being supported by Great Britain, and Egypt is being supported by Austria, which unfortunately being supported by Austria is rarely a great event. So it forced investment rights in Egypt. Okay. So yeah, Ottomans are going to be taking not all what they need, but they're going to be on a good way. Wait. Egypt wants to enforce investment rights from Great Britain, which unfortunately means they have a target, the war goal on Great Britain, which is very much not ideal. Yeah, Egypt had a good start, but I think that's going to be about it. How is their capital doing? Well, it's not being occupied yet, but I'm not sure this is going to last. Also, I should probably start getting to trying to pass some laws. I mean, the thing I would need to do first is do something about serfdom. Going for tenant farmers would be fine. So how much it piss off the shogunate? Quite a bit. So ideally I would want to do something that the shogunate likes, and then try to switch into something else. Well, folks could be used to support this. So what would the shogunate like? I don't think there's really anything. Everyone is a moderate. We have pacifist, a lot of moderates, a republican. Is there anything you guys want? No, you guys are perfectly happy. Okay. Yeah, everything is just... Well, this they're not going to oppose at all. And a lot of people are actually going to like it. So just going for dedicated police force might be a good idea. So let's see. Let's pick something that actually has a really good legitimacy. So 67. Yeah, the samurai is going to be a fine combination, and then just... Yeah, it's pretty success. So eventually we should get it done. Though if I recall, I did fail. Well, maybe not fail trying to pass laws like this, but they took a really long. And these are going to make the samurai happier, so removing colonization is going to be easier. And somehow we are... What's going on? Oh, damn. I guess playing actually relevant nations is much easier than I thought, huh? We are making too much money. So I guess I could just switch into more construction. This is going to be a huge demand on iron. This is too much. This is probably too much as well, but I can at least try it. I'm not sure if I like that the demand for wood so much down, since we are producing so much of it. What can I use it for? Really not that much in the amounts ideally I would be just exporting it. Okay, got a really quick advance. Okay, now it's pretty much guaranteed to go quickly. Oh no, we lost our rank. Anyways. Ah, Prussia. Oh, they actually jumped to 1.5 million. Oh yeah, we lost interest in England. Oh, I guess they the only reason they were making us like dislike each other because we were interested in England, which was really a friendly action from them. Oh no, I guess I spoke too quickly and the game is now trying to punish me as soon as possible. Something's happening between Persia and Oman. Interesting that AI is actually trying to clean up the borders. The ones won against Egypt, not particularly surprising. Yeah, they have a investment rights treaty with. Pretty cool way to show those treaties. Works pretty well, I think. Yeah, we're getting to 100 construction. We're getting... Okay, minus 10%. Welcome to Victoria Free. How I missed this. But yeah, our construction is getting quite decent. They go for industrialists already. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt. Steel ores, not steel, iron. How are we doing on tools? Yeah, definitely could actually use some more tools. The private investments are actually pretty well as well. Yeah, tooling workshops. Tobacco and cotton may be less useful, but sure. Okay, we're about to get mechanical tools. We got Hokkaido, so that's nice. And we're getting banking randomly, so this is probably the best option to get early. So that's pretty nice. And we're getting water to... Oh no, we got this from the event. We're getting intensive agriculture, which is fine. I mean, that would be a way to use our sulfur. But the problem with getting this, it's not building up industrialization, while water tube boiler does. So railways into water tube, and then I guess focusing military. Getting skirmishers, ammunition. We still have isolation, so I would have to be producing everything myself. Pollinator surge, nice. Actually, it's incorporated already, so that's good. Another success. I would like some wins, if possible, please. So I can actually remove the colonization. I think it's a good moment to do a pause. Really not that much happening again, but at least a few years have passed, so I mean the game is going forward, but that's, I mean, as Japan, that's kind of what happens, unless you're going for some really aggressive strats. You're kind of starting isolated and there's not much you can do about it, but I think our industrialization is going really fast and people love me. We're getting actually some movement on laws, starting to chip into the power of the shogunate, which is not really going to be that helpful yet. Oh my god, I get 25% from their leader. And yeah, then serfdom. Local police force is going to be just 5%. So, I mean, I want this eventually anyway, so this is just good long term. Even though I mean, probably are not going to have problems with turmoil for quite a while. Especially if I'm not going to be doing any like actual conquest. Getting the peasant movement pissed off would be a possible strategy, but then again, I mean, there's not that much that they would hate, much more than is happening right now. And yeah, there's a ton of loyalists there. The positivists, they're happy with the autocracy, of course. They're not really that useful. Supremacists, you guys are going to be probably happy. I'm thinking I will be switching to Shinto, even though the Buddhists are probably better because they get minus 15% radicals. Actually, with so many loyalists, could consider going for high taxes. Though, actually, money is surprisingly not a problem. I could be even more aggressive when it comes to construction. I will be pretty soon switching into full iron construction. But yeah, this is going to be it for this session. And I'll see you guys on the next one.